teach and deliver as much value I can. But before we do that, let's get the elephant out of the room, right? We leader, we leading, we adding value. But why are we doing all this? Why doing agent attraction? We we have a lot of top producer in a company here in the group. We have people closing 50 houses a year. We have 50 more home a year. We have people closing 100 home a year. Why do they spend time doing agent attraction? Let's say you attract an agent, you make like $3,000 max, right? So how what is the what is the number, the logic behind agent attraction, right? We need to understand a number before we can go forward. So how much money does it take? This is my question for everybody. How much money does it take to generate $90,000 a year in passive income or residual income, if you will, at an 8% return, given if you can find 8% return a year? How much capital that you need to deploy on the market to generate $90,000 a year at 8% return? Any taker? Simple math, right? So if you have the ability to invest, more than $1 million, $1,100,000 at 8% return a year, you can earn up to $90,000 a year, on the interest or the return on investment, if you will, Well, as a matter of fact, not a lot of people, they have this kind of capital, right? So this is very hard to attain, if you will. So what if I can show you a better way? What if I can show you another way, that us, the agent at EXP, we can achieve the same goal, using no capital, right? So if you don't know this, maybe somebody can post the link under the chat. This is a revenue share calculator. So basically, you can actually calculate the number, if you will, when you do revenue share. Let me turn off my thing. Yes, you can calculate the number, if you will, when you do revenue share. So let's say, let's make it a 4-year, let's make it a 5-year plan. If you attract 27 agents, and then those 27 agents, attract another 42 agent on your second level, and then those 42 agents, attract another 20, and then 2, you would have 91 people total in the group. And your revenue share, after you calculate the number, that would be, close to $90,000.
Popular.
Give me 1 second, guys. Let me see how can I turn off my message, because my phone is blowing up right now. All right, I hope it's off now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Right, so let's say we treat it like a business. Let's make it a 5-year plan. And this is actually amazing for me when I look at the number. So if you don't have the stock, I put the link here, and I would recommend that you go over this, with your business partner, if you will, and come up with a 5-year plan, for your agent attraction business. So if you treat it like a business, it's gonna pay you like a business. So in 2020, I actually track my actual number and the projection. So if I can commit to myself last year, if I can just grow at 9%, at least at 9%, I can get 20 agents in January. In February, I can get 21 agents. In March, 22 agents, and so on and so on. So if I can, commit to grow the group, to help everybody in the group grow, this translate to the amount of revenue share that we can get. And Amanda is really surprised to me that when I plug in my 2020 number, it's so accurate that I it's just mind blowing. So the projection is 25 grand. The actual number was just a little less, like just shy under 25 grand. And this year, we are right at, my group is right at 90. This is the number for last year, and the number and the actual number for this particular month, is very close to the projection as well. And you know, I don't know what to say, but when I look at a number, when I put my investor when I put my investor hat on, the number makes perfect sense. If you go by this much, you can make this much money. And then by 2022, it's going to be this much. By 2023, it's going to be this much. And I cannot even imagine if we keep growing as a group on this grade, what is it going to be, when we hit 2025?
Those are big numbers.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna let this sink in a little bit. I know this is another conversation, but I feel that, we need to understand the number. We don't lead with number. I'm gonna explain about that a little bit. We lead with value, but we need to understand the number before we can lead, before we can start doing agent attraction. Does anybody have any question about, the profitability of revenue share? This is the only, this is the opportunity that EXP gave to us. We are the only agent, only the EXP agent have access to this, which is mind blowing.
Someone recommended a book. It was like The Compound Effect, and it's like doing something little each day, and how within a year or 5 years, how that compounds. And this is just a perfect scenario. I do the same thing. I show Jeff, I'm like, this year is this, but next year is that. And in 3 years, it's going to be this. And he kind of has this moment of, well, that's just not going to happen. Right. And with this, you can really see, I mean, your numbers are so spot on. It's just math. I mean, whether you like it or not, if you're consistent, it's going to happen. It's awesome.
Yeah. When in doubt, do the math. So that's what I did, and the math is going to show you what to do. But anyway, with that say, I did a number, and, that's just me 4 years ago. I called my boss at Slumber, say, hey, I quit. There's this girl called Amanda. She just showed me this revenue calculator thing. And then the rest is history. But yeah, so who's this guy talking to you, right? You guys probably saw me on social media already. I actually have a computer science degree, and believe it or not, it's like an act of Congress for me to do speaking like this. I'm a pretty introvert guy. I code. Most of my work is behind a computer. It takes a lot of energy for me to get up and do speaking, and basically go out and meet people. But you do that regardless. So anyway, quit my job in 2017. Been doing real estate full time for 4 years. First year is horrible. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's tough. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have my script down. I don't know who's my ideal client is. I don't know who's my ideal avatar, like agent avatar, if you will. And it's just rough. But you hang out with the right people. You run, you learn the right way to conduct business, and then it get better. You get icon. I'm able to icon my second year. Hit 2 years after that, I hit icon, and just like anybody else here, we're working really hard, for those commission check, and hopefully, I'm aiming for the 3rd year of being an icon agent at EXP. But other than that, we also run a flipping company with my wife, single family rental, if you will, and then Airbnb is just another part of my life, of my business. But yeah, exciting year, a lot of stuff happening, and EXP, I would say, has been a big part of my life, and I just love this company. I love this group. I love this company. But yeah, so here's the kicker for this presentation. What I just show you, the number, if you just join, we actually go over the number of revenue share. The number I just show you, I want you to forget it right away, because, if you think about a number, remember agent, these are human beings. They are not number. If you think about the number, well, when you talk to people, you're going to have commission bread. And if you have commission bread, people will catch on it right away. So just like the surgeon, right? When he perform a heart, when he perform a heart surgery, he's not going to think about how much money he's making when he performing a heart surgery. He understand about a number, but then he focus on his job, and same thing with us. We are professional. We are leader in the industry. We lead with value. We deliver value to client. And I'm gonna start off with this, really good quote. I don't know if you noticed, but everybody here, pretty much, we follow John Maxwell leadership principle. So a successful person find the right place for him. A successful leader find the right place for other people. So for those of you that is here right now, congratulations, you have found the right place for yourself. But the question is that, are you gonna keep this to yourself, or are you gonna take it a step further and you're gonna find the right place for other people, for other agents as well? So that is what we're gonna talk about today. But yeah, just in the beginning with Amanda, this is actually the day, the 19 to 20, when we start, this is the original start date of this meeting, the 10 a.m. Tuesday call. It was started this very same day last year. And I took a picture of my web chart. Maybe we can spend 5 minutes to talk about a web chart here, but for those of you that don't know, this is rough flick web chart. You can take note, and then you can just go to YouTube. You can just go to Workspace, our company social media, and you type in the web chart, and you're gonna see ton and ton of video and training about a web chart. I don't know about you, but for me, this is, the chart. I know it looks, I don't know, it looks hokey, but this is the core of one of my business, because at the end of the day, if you don't have this in front of you, you're going to end up forget about it, thing is going to get over it. And you just never think, about agent attraction as part of your business. But anyway, look up on the web chart. It's a really, really good tool for you to stay focused. It allows you to stay on top of mind. And, last year, this very day, I got 23 people in the group total. Okay. So I'm pretty much just getting started. It's just getting there, scraping by, if you will, but I make a commitment last year is that, I'm going to help everybody in my group, and, I'm going to deliver as much value as I can, not only to the buyer and the seller, but to all the agents that I met throughout my career. So I just took this picture this morning, so fast forward, 2020 and 2021, 92 in the group total. So what happened, hey, did you eat something? Did you have a secret that, you have been hiding from anybody? How do you go from 23 people from, 92 people in the group, in a year? So I don't know how many percentages, but I guess it's very good, but yeah, anyway, so I did not eat anything. I don't have any secret, but I will tell you the number one point here is that, I'm going to use Grant Cardone word, is the word conviction. Okay, so in order, conviction, if you look it up, it's the definition for a firmly belief in something. Okay, and in order for you, to do agent attraction, you have to be authentically convicted 110%, 200% that EXP is the best solution out there for agent. Otherwise, otherwise it's I guess it's going to be very hard for you to to sell something that you don't believe in, if you will. So let's see what else I'm going to say on this slide. Yeah. I just lost my thought for a moment. Give me 1 second. Amanda, anything you want to add?
I love that. Carol said that. She said, and she's seen many different business models. This is the best business model that she's ever seen, that we've ever seen for realtors ever before. And you really can't pitch that unless, excuse me, you truly believe that this is the best model out there. They're going to benefit. Yes, you're going to benefit, but you really could change lives. And I love that word conviction. I never really thought about that, but truly knowing everybody needs to know about this company.
Yeah. So if, if there's one nugget, I know I'm going to go over quite some stuff in the 30 minutes. But if there's one thing that you need to take away today, and you can only take one thing, you need to understand that without conviction, without an absolute belief in the product that you're selling, it could be either real estate, it could be either EXP, it could be anything. You have to have an absolute belief in the product that you are selling. Otherwise, you're going to come across very fake, if you will, when you sell something that you don't believe in, the people, they catch on it already, and they catch on it really fast. So as long as you know, that you absolutely authentically, convict that, EXP is the best solution out there for all the agent in the world, your life with agent attraction is going to come very natural. It's going to be easy. People will see your energy. It's going to make it very, very easy for you to attract agent. But the question is that, how do you stay convicted to the company, right? Life is going to get onto us. This is a big company. Something, somebody in the company is going to piss you off, so what do you do to stay convicted? What do you stay, to stay loved to the company, if you will? And with that said, event, I would say this is my number one thing when it comes to, interact with the EXP, interact with the people in the group. Lunch and learn event, the event that I'm gonna go to Cabo with Amanda and Jeff this this Sunday. It's just a part of me, to stay convicted in the company, to understand the company more, so that way I can talk about EXP with my eyes closed. Because if I don't go to this event, for those of you that are leader, if you don't plug into the company, the people that you brought on is not going to plug into the company, and they're going to tell their people, that they bring on not to plug into the company. And all of a sudden, if you don't go to the event, if you don't plug in, you're going to have a group of people of, doing nothing agent, if you will, and your attrition rate is going to be so high. So, go to the event, interact with EXP, come and absolutely collect, success story. It cannot, I don't know, but I might sound cheesy when I say this, but when Brenda told me she capped, when Joanna hit icon, when Min has 20 deal, on her pipeline, when Kai hit icon, when Eva got her recruit, when Cindy make deal, when Azim closed the deal, like when Luann make like, have like a lot of stock on her, even Luann, right? She's not in my group, and she's the 4-time icon agent going to for her 5th. So these success story, it really convinced me that EXP is the best solution out there for agent, if you will. Yeah, so collect success story, hang out with the right people, successful people. The more story you collect, the more you're gonna be able to relate to the person that you talk to, and if you can just make that connection, very authentically, very genuinely, with the lead that you talk to, using the story, your closing rate is gonna be so high, if you will. And that is all got to do with you, is how much you stay convicted to your product. Buy something with your stock, right? I'm not saying to blow your stock in something, in some liability, but maybe just take a little bit out your stock. This is the feature that that EXP has that no other agent, no other company has. Just, take a little bit out your stock, buy something nice with it. Maybe a computer, maybe a watch, maybe a car. Just, do something with it, and then I would say you're gonna be able to tell a story, a really powerful story. Attending lunch and learn, I talk about that. Really, really powerful event, for you to connect the agent lead, if you will, with a lot of the leader in the group, and then that's how we can, connect and deliver more value to them. Attending this very meeting, is the way to, to stay plugged in and to stay, convicted, Grant Cardone term into the company. Using EXP tool and training to close the deal, right? So using KV Core to get the lead and close the deal, when you do that, you're gonna have more belief in the company. You have, you have more success stories to share when it comes to KV Core. You don't have to borrow anybody else's story. And this is really big right now. I'm gonna put it out there. EXP, they really push for diversity and inclusion. They push so much money into, the Asian network, the Black network, the Latino network, the LGBT network, the senior network, the young professional power today, they get on the state, on the Texas State Group. So, so catch on this guy, EXP, they really push into diversity and inclusion. So, get, if, so spend some time, participate in this group. They're gonna come up with a lot of event, as far as agent attraction as a company. And if you can stay plugged into this group, it's going to help a lot with your agent attraction business as well. Let's see. Yeah, there's no better story than yourself, right? So become a capper at a company, use all the tool and system here to become a capping agent, become an icon agent, right? There's nothing better than become an icon agent yourself, using the tool and the support and the technology here. And then you're gonna be able to tell your own story, to other people. Become a shareholder, 5% program, wonderful program. And it's kind of blow my mind because I think only 60% or 70% of the agent in a company only, they take participate of of the 5% program. So make sure you participate, you become a shareholder of the company. When you own something, it's very different, versus when you just rent it and conduct your business here. So most of us here, we actually, we part owner of the company and we treat our own company very different. But yeah, with that said, leading with value, right? And remember the kicker is that, the number that I just showed you in the beginning, you need to forget all about it, when you do agent attraction. So if you are convicted to the company, you will believe that 90% of the agent on earth, they're gonna join EXP in the next 5 years. And as a matter of fact, Amanda can confirm with me the number on this. We have around 600 agents, they are joining EXP, per month or per week without any sponsor, right? So they just join EXP without any sponsor. So that is our responsibility. We have to reach out and we have to sponsor those agents. And that's a big question that I'm asking everybody in the group. Are you going to be that sponsor? Am I going to be that sponsor? How can you add value to other people business, not just yourself? And are you willing to lead other people? And believe it or not, if even if you have just one agent in your revenue share group, you are leading that agent. The agent does not necessarily follow EXP, but most of the time, people follow people. I follow Amanda follow Wilco follow Rufflick. So we don't necessarily follow EXP, if you will, but we follow the people within EXP. So are you internally ready to lead other people? And I did not say that jokingly, because it's actually, a big responsibility when you lead people. So just keep that in mind. Are you ready, internally ready, to lead other people, right? So talking about leading with value, so at EXP, I would say, we have the blessing and we also have the curse, if you will. And that is everybody can do agent attraction. That is a blessing and that is also a curse, because, yes, it is wonderful that every single guy, every single agent at EXP, we can attract agent. And it's also a bad thing because a lot of people, they do it incorrectly, okay? You probably see that on social media already. You probably see that, some of you guys that come here, you guys probably experience that. They just, I would say, EXP spewing on everybody without understanding their need. And for me, I really believe that is not the right way to do agent attraction. If you do want to do agent attraction the right way, you need to add value to other people before anything else can happen, right? So like I say, forget about the number. We cannot have commission break when we do this. It starts with asking the right question. Every agent has the rock in their shoe. They either have time, they either have issue with time, money, training, support, exit strategy. And what I found lately is belonging. They don't hang out to those agents that they hang out with. You need to find out, ask the right question to see, what is the situation are with that particular company. And you have to peel the onion, if you will, because it takes time for, just like dating, right? It takes time until people open up and tell you the real issue. So you have to be real patient here, really take time to build a relationship, build rapport, and eventually you're gonna find out, what is the rock in the shoe, if you will. So yeah, agent attraction, we live with value. This is all about understand more about other people's business. It got nothing to do with you. Trust me on that. And then after you understand about, their problem, asking the right question, you're gonna solve their problem using EXP solution or not. Let's say, for example, I don't know if she here, but Tara, right? She's a YouTube rock star in my group. And one of her issue, if you will, is that, every single time she make a YouTube channel, she put her cell phone number on it, and if you put your cell phone number on YouTube, oh my God, you're going to get spam call, people is going to stalk you, all kind of bad stuff happen when you put your personal cell phone on YouTube. Luckily, KB Core, we have a feature called Smart Number. So me and Amanda, we are able to solve an issue for her. And Elva, we let her know that, hey, KB Core, we actually, KB Core actually have a feature called Smart Number that you put in a smart number on your YouTube video, and then the lead that contact the smart number, you can schedule automatic message, to reach out to the lead without you manually typing it. And we are not even attracting her into EXP, right? We just basically tell her KB Core has that feature. If you really need it for your business, you can go to KB Core, you can purchase it for yourself, or it's just gonna be added value here at EXP. So that's one of the. Go ahead.
Hey, Huy, it's Cam. I have a question. You reeled. You said that the things that you can anticipate for all agent for objections, and you reeled them off. Time, training. There were about 4 or 5, 6 things that you always hear about the same thing. So what were those?
Yeah. So, it all go, after you peel the onion, if you will, it's all arrived down to some really basic thing. The agent either have issue with time, money, their tool that they have, I hate it, but Jeff keeps saying like what command call, whatever, so I usually, touch on that stuff with KW agent, because I know they have a back tool over there, so support, a lot of them, this is big here, and you cannot bring it in the beginning. You have to understand, more and see. But a lot of the time when I talk with experienced agent, they have issue with exit strategy. Okay, they
exit strategy. Yeah. I knew there was 4, 5, or 6 of them.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter. You can talk, you can peel the onion, but at the end of the day, it's all boiled down to some basic human need, if you will: time, money, tool, exit strategy. And trust me, EXP, we have solution for all this thing. And
yeah, it's like back when you learn how to list property. Really, all sellers have same 4 or 5 objections.
Exactly, that's it.
So all agents that they all have the same 4, 5, 6 problem.
Yeah, and your and your objective, if you will, your job is that you need to solve the problem using an EXP solution, or not. Sometimes if I can solve a problem for them, like right now, right then, without them moving to EXP, I'm gonna do that anyway. So for example, my tennis coach, right? He's a great tennis coach. He coached me a lot on tennis. He is so bad with paperwork. Okay. So anyway, long story short, I actually send, my assistant, my transaction coordinator, to help him, for like a year. Okay. So we help him with his paperwork for a year before he moved to EXP. So
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So if I can help people, without, even without an EXP solution, I help them regardless. It doesn't matter. But if I can help them using an EXP solution, great. If not, it's okay. I help them anyway.
This morning I was talking to #1 agent at Coldwell Banker in the Woodlands. No, I mean, she #1. She said, I got all the thing, I got this, but I can't get recruiting for my team. She's very frustrated with recruiting for her team. And I said, oh, really? So anyway.
Yep. But yeah, and the big thing is that, you do not hide things for yourself, right? So mentorship is the big thing here, in our group, if you will. And I know EXP is telling you guys that, hey, after you sponsor an agent, you not have to mentor them. They will automatically get assigned a mentor, and that mentor is going to mentor them. Okay, yada yada. But I tell you what, is that mentor, they only interested, in your people, if you will, in your agent for the first 3 deals. And for us, this is a lifelong business. So I treat mentorship, very, very dedicatedly, very seriously in my group, because I know these 92 people, these number 92, these are not number, these are 92 people that actually uproot their business, and they either follow you, or they either follow one of your leader to conduct the business at EXP. So treat that with integrity, treat that dedicatedly, if you will, duplicating yourself, if you will, mentor the whole group, and just basically really show them what you know. Yeah, so help other people with their business, lead by example, right? Leader don't say go, leader say let's go. Well, we do the thing we say we're gonna do. Otherwise, if you don't do it, your leader is not gonna do it, your agent is not gonna do it, and then their people is not gonna do it, and then you're gonna end up with I don't know, like a bunch of doing nothing agent, and that's not good. Your attrition rate is gonna be super high here. So yeah, lead by example. If you're gonna go to the state meeting, go to the state meeting. If you're gonna, make a phone call and show and actually show your leader, show your agent that you do it, so that way, you can do it with them, right? I'm gonna skip this. I think we're running short on time here, but yeah, take ownership of the relationship. There's a book. It's called Extreme Ownership. They basically talk about they talk about leadership and basically owning everything, right? And I'm talking about extreme ownership. So let's say if you drive on the freeway and a car just hit you on the back, that's your fault, because you just happen to drive on that freeway by the exact day so that car can hit you. So I'm talking about that level of ownership. You responsible for everything that happened within your life, within your business. There's going to be no blaming. But yeah, genuinely take care of other people's business. Help them beyond after they come in. Help them after they cap. Help them icon. Help them even after they icon. So this is my personal commitment to everybody in the group. And get leverage, right? Get help. The worst thing you can do is do this whole thing by yourself. Agent attraction is a team sport. We have amazing leader here. You guys have no idea. I look at the other group, I look at the other tribe, and then, we look at our group. We have super strong leadership. Amanda, her first and second level is so strong. So we need to make sure that you're going to leverage your leader. We have amazing leader, amazing closer in the group. Until you become one for your group, leverage out, let us do the heavy lifting for you. And then if you are a leader, be a lever for other people in the group. If you can, if you can talk about EXP, if you can talk about EXP, with your eyes closed, even when you go to sleep, become a leader. Step up, let people know that you can do 3-way phone call. Let people know that you can, if you bring me an agent, I'm gonna try my best, to close that agent for you, if you will. But yeah, don't duplicate the system. I guess one of my mistakes in the early day at EXP is that, number one, I'm not 100% convicted, which show, because, when I'm not convicted in my first year, I cannot attract anybody. And number two, I try to come up with my own system. And what happened, again, when you come up with your own system, the people that you bring in, they're going to come up with their own system. And then the people that they bring into, and they're going to come up with their own system. And all of a sudden, you're going to have 10 systems in the group, and none of them is running. So until you get really good at it, I would say, just copy what we have. Team Legacy, we have an amazing system for agent attraction. If you are under Wilco, would I believe most of us here, we are with Group Synergy. This is probably one of the things that kickstart my business. It's so simple. It's just 6 steps to build and grow. How to build your list, how to follow up with your list, and how to contact with your list. So this is one of the things that really helped me jumpstart in my agent attraction business. And I did not come up with this stuff, guys. I just copy exactly what Wilco told me, and I didn't change a thing. Okay, so. And right now, this is one of my favorite, the EXP, they come up with their own, official attraction series. So I'm going to leave the link here. You can click on this link and you're going to see so many training, from top, 0.2%, of influencer in the company on how they do agent attraction. But yeah, we are wrapping it up here. Raise your hand and let the leader in the group know that you are serious about AA. We will help you. But I need to know that you are committed. I need to know that you're doing it, because, as much as I want to help anybody, as much as all the leader in the group want to help everybody, we have production to worry about, we have the pipe bus to worry about. So we really want to spend the time with the people who really want it. So if you really want to do agent attraction, raise your hand, let us know, we will help you. If your sponsor, your business partner, if you will, if they happen to be inactive, if agent attraction is not part of their business, just reach up in your line until you find a leader in that tribe, in that organization, if you will, and plug into the system. If you keep reaching up, eventually you're gonna find a top 1% influencer in a company that is moving and shaking thing. But yeah, be coachable. The teacher show up when the student is ready. So keep that in mind. Be coachable, be willing to learn, try something new. So that's the end of the presentation, Amanda. If we have 5 minutes, I actually have a bonus one. I can kind of show it to everybody on how I do Facebook.
Absolutely, we have time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was just afraid too short, so I just added, add this little thing. I actually stay up late last night, and I just take, the percentage, in the group, if you will, to see where's all of, the amazing agent in my group coming from. So I take into account 92 people, and you're gonna see that 30%, the majority of it is coming from Facebook. So they actually reaching out to me, my sphere of influence. And 22% is from third party and past agent. And yeah, let's see. But yeah, so let's just focus a little bit on Facebook. I just found out social media is one of the easiest and free way to add value. So you add value to social media, right? So you pick a platform. Each of the platform has its uniqueness. You have to know which platform works for you. If you're good with picture, go with Instagram. For me, I'm not a picture guy, but funny enough, I almost failed English in college, right? And now writing is one of my strengths. So I'm good with writing, I'm good with post, I'm good with blog. So I focus on that. And Facebook is a perfect platform for you to write quality content. Facebook, LinkedIn, yeah, Instagram, not for me. It's so the post, make sure it's intentional. It needs to drive curiosity and conversation. So just keep that in mind. Whenever you make a post, is it going to be for you? Is it going to be somebody? The post needs to be intentional. It needs to be inspiration. When you comment, when you post on other people's stuff, make sure it's value added. If an agent asks a question, make sure you spend some time, to answer and give them a really quality question, not just type something in there and just leave it there, because this digital footprint, believe it or not, it's gonna stay there for I don't know. Facebook is gonna remind me 10 years ago when I did something. So whatever you put, whatever you post on Facebook, is gonna stay there. So whatever you do on social media, and especially online, make sure it's quality content, because you can reuse it, right? It can stay there. Other people can see it, like a week, a month, 2 years later. Video is one of my thing right now, because if you have a really quality video, for example, if you haven't seen my 5-minute video, anybody can use it. I didn't make that specifically to me. Anybody in the group can use this video for third-party validation. It's reusable. So it took me 2 hours to make this video, and then I can just keep reusing it, right? These are really important for the question for you to ask and find out yourself. Why do people follow you on social media? Why people reach out to you? You need to know why they reach out to you. Would you even follow yourself if you're on social media? Okay, and be honest with yourself. Just look at your Facebook page. From 1 year, would you even follow yourself? What kind of stuff that you post up there? And yeah, writing valuable content, with high SEO score. I won't go into that, but just make sure that your post, your content, somebody can reach out to. But if you make a mousetrap and nobody know about it, and basically you're not going to catch any mouse. But yeah, story, I don't know, Cindy, if you're not here, but I just I forgot about it, but it's just some picture of a really beautiful house that I post on my story. And this is actually, how we end up getting connected. And long story short, she's one of the best Well, you know, she's one of the best agent in the group right now. And then this one is even more funnier. I actually gonna meet her later this afternoon at 1 o'clock. And the picture is just, you know, like some weird like milk tea that I was drinking. I just, you know, I just decided, hey, you know, this is so good. I post it on, I'm gonna post it on my story, and she just reached out, and I don't know, but you know, we're gonna have a meeting at 1 o'clock today, and you know, she's a top producer, and that's just a milk tea picture, guys. So, so anyway, you know, have way that people can, they can reach out to me, you know, I mean, have way that people can reach out to you, understand your strength and weakness. You know, I'm never good with cold call. You know, I hate bothering people, so I need to find out a way, you know, so that I create interest and curiosity that people reach out to me. Yeah, you know, this post, you know, you guys saw that already, but you know, I post my revenue share progress online. It generates so much traffic, you know, and so much comment. And the people that doesn't comment, you know, those are the people that actually reach out to me and ask me about, you know, revenue share stuff. And they just don't comment on it. They just message you directly. So yeah, you know, that's my bonus content, you know, on top of what we have today. You know, you use social media. Don't let social media use you. And with that, I'm gonna open up for question. Anything else?
That was awesome. I have like a page full of notes.
All
Hey,
right.
Lee, I have a question for you.
Sure, go ahead.
How often during the week do you focus on agent attraction? Is it like daily, or did you take a few hours a day, or?
Yeah, for now, for me right now, it's 1 hour a day. When I started, it's only 20 minutes. I make 2 phone call or I send 2 text messages, and then I'm done with it. But now, you know, I actually, like I show you the number, you know, I actually see the number, and I was like, hey, you know, what if I can wake up an hour early to do agent attraction? It's gonna affect, you know, it's just me waking up an hour early. It's not gonna affect anything. And that's the right way you should do it, you know. So this is very similar to working out. You don't expect to do agent attraction, you know, like on a Sunday for 8 hours and expect any result. This is something that you do little by little every day, 10 minutes a day, you know, from Monday to Friday. And then that go to, you know, eventually it goes to 20 minutes, and then maybe it go to an hour. But I would say, you know, 10% of your time is focusing on agent attraction only. And 90% of the time, you know, we still need to buy and sell houses. And that actually help with agent attraction, because when you buy and sell houses, when you become a successful realtor, agent attraction, you know, it's going to be easier.
Got it. Thank you.
Well, I hope that helped.
I love it. Does anyone have any takeaways, or who you have any like homework assignments for them this week while they're prepping for next Tuesday? Things that they can do?
Yeah. So I share with the group, you know, the link to the revenue share calculator, the business, the 5-year business plan. So I would say, you know, get with your sponsor, get with your business partner, and then go over that. You know, make your sponsor be accountable to, you know, or vice versa. You know, you